Why does everything around you seem to be so difficult? You take a look at your calendar for the upcoming week, and what you see is difficult conversation with your boss, difficult conversations with your employees, a difficult project, deadline approaching. Everything seems to be difficult, especially at that moment when you start thinking ahead. And wasn't life meant to be enjoyable? Wasn't there the idea that life could be simple, that you could simply walk through and go through your day without have to worrying all the time? But what if complicated was simply a thought in your mind? What if life or work isn't actually as difficult as you think it is? Recently, I had this experience where someone asked me if I could do them a favor. And that favor included me taking the train very early in the morning, being on a train for 2 hours, spending the day at that person's place, helping them with the work, then taking a train back, being back home. That's it. I immediately replied and said, yes, of course, I'll be happy to help you. And as I replied, I got another reply back saying, oh no, just forget about it because that's way too complicated for you. And I thought it was so funny because as I was thinking about it, I told myself, well, what is complicated about it? Nothing. It's simply a day with different sequences. If I think about it too hard or too deep and I compare it to all my other days, yes, it seems to be different. And I can see where this word complicated comes from. So I texted back and I said, it's only ever complicated if you believe that it is complicated. And that's truly something that I've come to believe in or I've come to see, because complicated is a thought in your head. Complicated is not the actual work that you need to do. Life isn't complicated because what about it is complicated? Life simply happens. What you can do is witness life and accept it with all its different facets, with all the different forms and versions that life basically happens, because none of that is your doing. You're not responsible as to life unfolds every single day. And if you don't believe me, just take a look out of the window. Clouds come, clouds disappear, the weather changes, the sun rises in the morning, the sun sets in the evening. Have you done anything about it? No. Even if you wish things were different, they won't be different. And so that's the same with all of these things. If you let go of this pressure that you are in control, that you are in charge of everything, it also loses the notion that it's complicated. And let's get back to that week ahead. So what is difficult about that conversation with your boss? It's maybe at that very moment, the clarity that you lack. Maybe it's the fact that you don't know what your boss is expecting of you, or maybe your boss is new, so you simply don't know that person. And by thinking ahead to that meeting, you are making it complicated. Once you return to this very moment, you will see that nothing about this moment is complicated. In fact, this very moment seems to be very manageable. Imagine you need to let go of 2 of your employees. So it's Sunday afternoon, and that meeting is going to take place on Wednesday. So of course, your mind starts being absorbed with these thoughts and with this conversation that will take place on Wednesday. So what happens is you start feeling anxious. And what you want to do is push away this feeling. You want to push away this upcoming moment. You even want to resist and push away the reactions that you are having, because after all, you're a professional, no? Aren't you supposed to react differently? Aren't you supposed to be confident and react to this situation with calm? And maybe in there is the key to your reaction, because you so much believe you are supposed to be a certain way. You resist the emotions and the reactions that you're actually having that moment. And what can truly help you in that moment is to simply accept and see that you're having this reaction, you're having these kind of emotions, and don't judge yourself for them. They're simply happening. Are any of these emotions your decisions? Are any of these emotions your doing? No, they're not. They're simply happening. So why take responsibility? Why carry this weight on you? Why think that things would need to be different? Accept it, see it for what it is, don't judge yourself, and don't focus on this upcoming moment, but return to this very moment again. And if you are present in this very moment, then you will also find out that, again, this moment is perfectly manageable. If you worry about this upcoming meeting, then the question is, what in this very moment now can you do about it? It's because that will ease the anxiety. Getting back to things are so complicated. Well, I think they are complicated if you believe they are complicated. Complicated isn't a reality. Complicated isn't the truth. Complicated is a thought in your mind. And as you know from my previous videos, thoughts happen. Thoughts aren't your conscious decision. So why take all of these words for the ultimate truth? Why believe your thoughts? Why believe them when they tell you that you aren't good enough or you aren't worthy or you aren't going to be successful in that meeting? So give yourself a chance. Don't judge yourself. Observe your thoughts. Don't judge yourself for any of the thoughts, any of the emotions, any of the reactions that you're having. Accept that these things are there present with you at that very moment. And then also don't resist these things. Don't try to push them away because they will just bounce back at you a lot stronger. I hope this was helpful. If in case this was too condensed for you, write a comment, get in touch with me. The link to my website and contact details is in the description of this video. I thank you so much for watching, and I truly hope to see you soon again. Thank you.